What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got an update on a topic I feel like it's had everyone in a frenzy, guys. That ruling of Judge Scott McAfee over Fulton County, Georgia, ruling to keep DA Fani Willis on top of that Trump case, guys. Just doesn't make sense to anyone. I mean, the way Fani Willis has, brought about all this a plethora of evidence, all these, lies on the stand, Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, Terrence Bradley, guys, the whole crew has been lying. All this evidence has been brought about, whistleblower testimonies like Amanda Timpson. All of her coworkers are saying this lady is corrupt, and no one's doing a thing about it, guys. Just doesn't make sense to me how Judge Scott McAfee has made this ruling. And now we've got Judge Jeanine absolutely going off on the matter. I'd love to hear from Judge Jeanine. She's always got, brilliant takes. And she's feeling kind of the same way, trying to figure out, and put this together, how Judge Scott McAfee has got to this ruling of this verdict to keep Fani Willis on the case. I'm excited to get into this one to see exactly what's going on there, what Judge Jeanine has to say. So we're going to get straight to the clip, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around till the end, you guys. But yo, let's get straight into it. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys, and also hit that subscribe button, as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Here to respond, she is the co-host of the hit show The Five, Judge Jeanine Pirro. Judge, all right, let's get your overall take here. And we've also, I know, right? You can't make this up.
You can't.
All right, now you're making me, you can't make this up. But you do have one other concept, legal concept we got to look at, and that's the fruit of the poisonous tree here. Wouldn't this mean that all the evidence gathered by Nathan Wade, don't they have to throw that out?
Well, you can certainly make that argument, but remember who the judge is. This is a judge, you'll recall, Sean, that I told you didn't have the spine to hold Fani Willis in contempt when she started running the courtroom, pointing her finger at him and telling everybody that she wasn't on trial. So this judge, who is 2 weeks away from this next election and doesn't want to upset any of his constituents, makes a decision that is absurd. If Wade is in a situation where he was so dishonest that he lied about the relationship that they've got to cut him from the case, why isn't Fani being cut from the case? I mean, that is an absolute bottom line question. This is a case that is mired in scandal and is mired in, and as the judge said, an odor of mendacity, dishonesty, and lies. And for the judge to come out and say, I don't know if this is an actual conflict of interest. We've still got the Georgia bar, and we've got this state investigative commission, 4 commissions that can look into this. Judge, you were the one who sat on the evidentiary hearing. You were the one who were supposed to make the decision about what witnesses were lying and what witnesses were telling the truth. And for you to decide that Wade, the boyfriend, he's got to go because he is not capable of telling the truth. He lied about the same thing she lied about, and she confirmed his lies. But he goes and she doesn't. Look, this speech she made at the church, Sean, is enough. That is race baiting. As a DA, I would be canned for making a speech like that, basically saying that a defendant that I'm prosecuting is a racist. And that is enough to get her off. But this judge doesn't have the chutzpah to get him off, to get her off the case, and leaves it up to her. And for anybody who has any doubt, she's not going to leave this case. She could care less that Wade is gone. She got 5 vacations or 6 vacations in 5 months. And the judge said, well, we can't be sure how much money really passed, but there wasn't enough evidence. Judge, I know you're new to this, but your job is to decide the facts, decide the evidence, who lied, what the money amount was, and you can't then turn around and say, it's kind of hard to tell. And also, this guy, Terrence Bradley, who's the boyfriend's lawyer, he said in an affidavit they absolutely started the affair before the job. He takes the stand, and what's the word? He was inconsistent, his demeanor was unusual, he was unresponsive, and he said, I couldn't make a conclusion. Judge, you can make a conclusion by drawing in the fact that there is this inconsistency, there is this guilty demeanor, there is this lack of responsiveness to something that's an absolute sworn to statement. But this judge doesn't have the spine. in the end, the people trying this case, Sean, are going to be trying a case that they know is a mess. The two of them lied, and they're trying to try Donald Trump for lying and offering false statements. And I got to tell you, you know who wins in this case? The prosecutor. With the boyfriend off the case, that's a win for her. This guy doesn't know his way around a courtroom. He's never even tried a felony case, let alone a RICO case.
But Judge, let me ask you, because look, friends of mine in Georgia told me this guy, because of the re-election that he's going to be facing soon, that they predicted that he'd split the baby, which is what he pretty much did. But he also poisoned the well against her in an appeal. It's hard to imagine one party created an appearance of conflict, but not Willis. So the logic of the judge and his unwillingness to go the full step, I think he has set her up now to be out of this case as well. Time will tell if I'm proven right, but I see it that way. What do you think?
Well, we'll see whether or not, when the appeal takes place, certainly the case is now delayed. The appellate division, or whatever the second level is called in the state of Georgia, has a lot of decisions to make. I think that in the end, this fact-finding, what little there is enough to get her off. No one can explain why he has to go, but she doesn't, when she's the one who benefited from the money. And the money that he made, $650,000. Now, I was a DA for 30 years. I was an assistant DA and the elected DA 3 times. You don't pay anybody $350,000 who's never tried a felony case. This is corrupt from the get-go.
All right, Judge Pirro, you can catch her every day, of course, on the 5. Why are you making me laugh? Because it's actually humorous when you actually look at the ruling. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. It's like out of a spy novel or a judicial novel that you couldn't even make up.
Oh my goodness, guys. I'm glad I'm not the only person that is feeling this way. This has got my blood boiling. The way that Judge Scott McAfee has blatantly ignored all the evidence and all the facts that have been brought to his chest directly in front of his eyes, but he won't look at them. He's dismissed all the evidence and decided that, Fani Willis gets to stay over this case. Makes no sense to me. Judge Jeanine absolutely going off, ripping apart, Judge Scott McAfee's decision to keep Fani Willis on this case and to throw her boyfriend Nathan Wade off. Rightfully so, guys. It just doesn't make sense how, Nathan Wade gets tossed off the case, but Fani Willis gets to stay. I mean, they've done the same crime, guys. Both of them told the same lie. One of them just told on the other guy, rolled over and said, hey, this guy's lied. I may or may not have lied. And Judge Scott McAfee said, as long as you toss the guy that, for sure lied off the case, you can stay. It just doesn't make sense. And she's reaped all the same benefits too. Let's not act like Fani Willis and Nathan Wade's accounts are connected, guys. If they've got a condo that they've been sharing, sharing the same bed, they're sharing finances too. There's no other reason why Fani Willis would want to enrich her boyfriend unless she would have access to this money also. And that's why she's paying him that over $350,000 that Judge Jeanine Pirro is saying. She's never seen it. Her time as a district attorney, elected or, appointed, guys. She's never paid anyone $350,000, especially if they've never even prosecuted someone for jaywalking before. I mean, why are you paying this guy $350,000 unless you're trying to get money too? And that's the reason why she's done it, guys. And with that same access, she is spitting and swiping. She's probably got a card of her own. And that money that she's paying him is essentially hers, guys. This is a whole embezzlement scheme that Miss Fani Willis has been running. I don't understand how Judge Scott McAfee is going to continue to allow this to go on. I'm so glad. We just had Patriot Jim Jordan coming out yesterday saying he's going to launch subpoena into Miss Fani Willis because of the way she's been misusing that grant money within her office, guys. This goes off into that account we got from the whistleblower testimony of Amanda Timpson, where she was saying, they were buying swag, laptop, and all types of miscellaneous items with grant money that was supposed to be specifically allocated for resources within the community. This front we've seen Jim Jordan launching on Miss Fani Willis shouldn't be hard to take her down, remove her from that office, toss her out into the streets on, because that grant money was specifically in the, the guidelines or the rules of getting the grant, receiving the money, guys. It states what you can and cannot spend the money on, guys. So if it is found in any of the receipts or documents that she has been spending that money on, herself, enriching herself, lavish, backpacks, laptops, whatever you name it, guys, swag is what they were calling it. We could definitely see her getting tossed out of that seat as district attorney over in Fulton County, Georgia. Not to mention Governor Kemp's law that was recently passed that, is aimed at these rogue district attorneys like Fani Willis who blatantly ignore all the crime, corruption in their city in order to, go after political and personal enemies, guys, or either to enrich themselves. And that's exactly what Fani Willis is. She's doing it all, guys. She's going after, political, public enemies or personal enemies, and she's also enriching herself through her office, guys. This is all the way far left, and this guy, Judge McAfee, has got it wrong. We all know why he's got it wrong, though. This is no surprise to us. We heard of all the threats that Judge Scott McAfee was receiving from the public, guys, the people on the left who are, really have strong feelings towards this case and want Miss Fani Willis on it. But, we didn't hear about the ones on the back end, guys, the background that were, threatening his re-election. You may not get re-elected if you pull off this case too early. So that's exactly why we're seeing Judge Scott McAfee with this very questionable ruling saying that, I got all this evidence in front of me. I've got all the facts lined up. Everything has, geared up for me to toss Fani Willis off this case. And I'm going to keep her on, guys. I don't see it. It's not enough for me. I have to keep her on. Exactly like Sean Hannity said, you cannot make these things up, guys. It's almost funny, but it's not funny because it's happening in real life. But it's just unbelievable that, these entities really exist where it's just like, you have no backbone. You're so spineless that you would, blatantly ignore justice in order to, get reelected and, enrich your pockets, guys. The system's too far gone. We have to do something now. That's why we got to get Trump back in office. We need to do a purging of our system, guys, and start cleaning out these corrupt figures from the inside out. Definitely need to get Trump in office, which is definitely the first step to turning over a new leaf, guys, and getting some, someone who stands for America, stands for justice, in office, guys, and then we can go from there. But we have to start there and get Trump in office. That's the reason why all of this is coming about. Definitely another interesting take from Judge Jeanine. I feel like it's always fun to watch her weigh in on topics like this, where she is, slammed down on Judge Scott McAfee's decision and ruling. Keep Fani Willis on this case as long as she tosses her boyfriend and her office underneath the bus, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, guys. Judge Jeanine right, or do you guys feel a different way? Hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, you guys. And also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yo, what's happening, Retro fam? Are you guys looking for a way to connect with your boy Retro and the Retro fam on a day-to-day basis? Look no further, guys. Memberships have now been launched where you can gain exclusive access to chat with your boy Retro and the community and gain perks, guys. Just hop in the description box below and check out the link for memberships, guys. You can subscribe on a monthly basis to chat and have exclusive perks with your boy Retro and the Retro community, guys. Check that out in the description box today.